Welcome back to this CAD tutorial. Next part I'm going to show you is the crankshaft of the engine. And to start this off, we can go to New Part. And we're going to save it. I'm going to call this crankshaft. And hit OK. Now that we are in the drawing space, I am going to start a new sketch plane. I'm going to pick the right plane and start a sketch. Now that I have this, I'm going to use the circle tool, and starting at the center of the circle at the origin, I'm going to draw my circle and dimension it to 45 millimeters. Also, while you are starting to draw this, make sure you have your units as mmgs. You can go down to the bottom right corner and change that if you need to. Now that we have this circle drawn, we can go up to Features, click on Extruded Boss Base, and I'm going to select midplane. And then our distance is going to be 30 millimeters that we are going to extrude. And select OK. Now that we have this, we are going to start another sketch on this outer surface. By doing this, we can just right-click and select Sketch. And then I'm going to use the Offset Entities option. Click on that. And over here on the left, I'm going to change this to 3 millimeters. And select OK. Next, I can go back over to Features and extrude this new circle that we made by 2 millimeters. And select OK. Now that we're here, same process again. I'm going to right-click on this plane, select Sketch, and Offset Entities one more time. We're going to change this to 5 millimeters. Hit OK. And good. Next, we are going to use the center line, starting at the origin, draw it downwards, and then we can use the circle tool, and from the bottom end of the center line, click there, and we can make a little bit bigger circle on the bottom. Something like that. Now that we have this drawn, we can use the Smart Dimension tool. This center line is going to be 40 millimeters. And then this circle is going to have a diameter of 120. Now that we have that, we can use the regular line tool and work on the contour of this. If you hover over the circle, you can see this orange diamond. That means it's one of the quadrants. We're going to start our line at this point, draw it downwards a little bit, keeping the line vertical, and then we're going to go over to the quadrant of this bigger circle, just like that. Now we can use the Smart Dimension tool and dimension this line to 20 millimeters. Perfect. Now that we have that, we can use the Mirror Entities tool, select that, and follow these prompts. We have first have to select the entities we want to mirror. That is going to be these two lines right there. And then mirror about, we can mirror about this center line. And select OK. Now that we have that, we can use the trim tool. Make sure you're on the power trim option. And then we can get rid of that. Get rid of this part of the circle. And right here as well. And then this lower part, like that. Perfect. That is the shape we want now. Next, we can go over to Features, select Extruded Boss/Base, and give this a depth of 20 millimeters. Oops, I hit Escape instead of Enter. It's easy to do. We can simply click on the sketch again, and I will redo that. Again, 20 millimeters, and click OK. Now you can see that we've drawn something that looks like that. The next sketch we are going to do is to be cutting out some contour on part of the crankshaft. To do this, we are going to start a sketch in the front plane this time. And go up to Sketch. For this, all we need to do is select the 3-point arc tool. And then we can click here, somewhere down here, and then back in the middle, and just doesn't quite matter the exact radius, just make it something around this. Now that we have that, we need the line tool, and we're going to complete this shape. All you have to do now is dimension these two lines. This top line is going to be 10 millimeters, and this line on the side is going to be 89. Perfect. I'm actually going to redraw this spline, or this arc, and make it go the other way. Gonna select 3-point arc, click these two outer points, and make it look more like that. There we go. Now I am going to go up to Features and over to Extruded Cut. In this case, I want all of it gone, so I'm going to select Through All in both directions. Press OK. And now you can see we cut off this and made it round. Now I'm going to do some fillets to the edges. This is going to be 10 millimeters. I'm going to click around these lines. Make it give us a preview and press OK. Alright. Now that we have something that looks like that, we can move forward. Next thing I want to do is make an offset plane. Again, to do this, I'm going to select right plane, go up to reference geometry, select plane, and in this case we are going to offset it 60 millimeters. Press OK. Now that we have that, we can right click on this plane, start a new sketch, and I can use the circle tool. Actually, first I'm going to make a center line starting at the origin, go down about that far, then I can use the circle like that. Next, I want to go back to Smart Dimension. This center line is going to be 40 millimeters. And this circle is going to be 45 millimeters in diameter. Now if I turn a little bit, you can see we've drawn this on this extruded sketch plane. Now I want to go to Features and extrude this. Up here I'm going to select the up to body option. I'm going to reverse the direction and click on this. Now you can see it moved it over to the body, and every point of this cylinder is now touching. Going to press OK, and we can move on to the next part. Now we can right click on this plane, hit hide, and I'm going to start a new sketch on this circle. I can right click, hit new sketch, select the circle from the middle, and then I'm going to press Smart Dimension and give this a diameter of 30 millimeters. Now that we have that, we can go over to Features and extrude this by 15. Going to repeat this same process now with different dimensions. Right click on this outer plane, select sketch, this time we're going to draw a circle with a diameter of 25 millimeters. Use the Smart Dimension, 25. Now we can go up to Features, select Extruded Boss / Base, and make this 50. Press OK. Now you can see I have this.